Have you ever walked into a room and felt that something had shifted even before anyone said a word? That's not random. There is something about you that arrives before your physical presence. It's your energy. It's your aura, the invisible field you emit just by being. Your presence carries weight. It vibrates. It shows up before your voice. Carl Jung called it the self, the center of the human psyche, where the ego meets the soul. When this alignment happens, your energy becomes tangible. Some people feel drawn to it. Others feel threatened because your light, without trying, can reveal shadows they'd rather hide. Since ancient times, stories and traditions have spoken about people whose energy seems bigger than their body. The shaman who walks into a village and shifts the mood of the whole community. The calm person who diffuses tension by simply being there. Or someone who walks through a room and suddenly conversations pause as if time takes a breath. What do these people have in common? Inner coherence. Their energy moves outward with clarity. Their aura doesn't hide. In this video, we'll explore 13 signs that your aura is so strong it can unsettle others. Stay with me, because by recognizing these signs, you'll also begin to understand your own power. What makes you different is not a flaw. It's what makes you magnetic. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. Sign 1. Your presence is vivid, even in silence. Some people fade the moment they leave. Others stay, even if they said very little or you barely knew them. It's not something you see, it's something you feel. People say, there's something about them. That something is the weight of your energy, the match between who you are inside and what you radiate outside. Your body comes second. Your psyche arrives first. Jung said the psyche extends beyond the body. We are more than flesh and thought. We are presence. And that presence is shaped by everything we've lived, faced, and integrated. The more real you become, the clearer your energy becomes. And the more unforgettable you are, effortlessly. Your energy is like a scent, invisible but powerful. It brings up memories, feelings, even discomfort or calm. The trace you leave is a mirror of your inner clarity. And clarity isn't stiffness. It's alignment between what you think, feel, and do. This creates your energetic signature, a kind of personal frequency. Don't shrink it. Don't explain it. You weren't made to go unnoticed. Sign 2. People feel either expanded or threatened around you. Your energy is not neutral. It activates, it stirs, it reveals. You touch what others try to hide. You open doors. not by force, but by presence. Jung said we all carry a shadow, the hidden parts we reject to be accepted. When you show up clear, intense, and true, that shadow reacts, not because you did anything wrong, but because you represent something they can't yet hold within themselves. Truth feels threatening when someone lives behind a mask. Some will project onto you discomfort, fear, even blame. You become a mirror for repressed dreams, blocked power, old wounds, and it can trigger sudden dislike, irritation, or coldness with no clear reason. But for others, your presence is a spark. It opens, it frees. They feel bigger near you. They feel seen. Your energy becomes a portal. You're always the same. It's their state that changes the reaction. You remind people that more is possible, and not everyone is ready. Sign 4. You change the energy of a place. Sometimes you notice it, sometimes you don't, but it happens. It's not a flashy power, it's the opposite. It's quiet, grounded. You enter a space and something aligns. People sit straighter. Others look away. Some fall silent without realizing. The emotional temperature of the room shifts. This is not control, it's resonance. Energy healer Barbara Brennan said our energy field extends far beyond the body. She called it the human energy field, and it affects everything. People, space, even the emotional atmosphere. Your aura carries subtle data, who you are, what you've felt, what you've lived. And when that energy is stable and true, it rearranges space, not by force, but by being. Jung spoke of symbolic presence, a living energy that awakens the unconscious of others, even without intent. That's what happens when you enter. You carry archetypes, meaning clarity, without trying, and it moves people. Some call it strong presence, but it's not aggressive. It's vibrational alignment, and that creates transformation. You might not notice the effect, but the space around you does. Your aura doesn't need a spotlight. It works in silence, and nothing stays quite the same after you've been there. Sign 5. Your intuition reads people and places with ease. It's not magic. It's not fortune-telling. It's sensitivity, a quiet knowing that lives under logic. You walk into a place and feel something's off, even if everything looks fine. You know when someone is uncomfortable, even when they're smiling. You sense tension in the air, even when everyone pretends to be calm. It's like your body breathes the mood, like your skin translates invisible signals. That's intuition. And when your aura is clear and expanded, it becomes a gentle antenna. It picks up frequencies emotions, subtle vibrations, and turns them into insight. Jung said the unconscious speaks through symbols and emotions. And intuition is the language of the self. It's your inner compass. It doesn't shout, but it points. It doesn't explain, but it reveals. That's why you know when someone's energy is off. You know when people are pretending. You feel when a room is safe or heavy or false without needing proof. This kind of perception can be uncomfortable because it brings truths before facts arrive. And sometimes you try to ignore it, but deep down, you already know. Your body knows. Your energy knows. The language of the world is vibration, and you, even without trying, are always translating it. Sometimes it protects you. Sometimes it overwhelms you. You don't always want to feel so much, but you do. And that's not a flaw. That's awakened sensitivity. You see beyond the surface. You feel in layers. And in today's world, that is rare power. Sign 6. Shallow conversations drain you. You've tried. You've smiled. You've nodded through small talk about the weather, trends, polite pleasantries. But something inside you fades during those exchanges. Your energy field quietly rejects what has no depth. Your aura knows when someone is truly present and when it's just words stacked on top of each other to avoid silence. You feel it in your body. Your energy dips. Your chest tightens. Your mind drifts. Something in you whispers, "There's nothing here for me." And it's true. You weren't made to uphold social masks. Your presence calls for real presence. And that scares people. Because real connection requires listening, vulnerability, and showing up. It's not about always talking deep. It's about speaking truthfully. Jung said we become whole when we integrate the unconscious. But shallow talk avoids that. It circles around truth. It performs roles. It avoids the center. You, even without trying, point to the center. But this selectivity comes with a cost. Loneliness, because the world is full of voices, but hungry for presence. And when your very being demands honesty, the crowd gets smaller. You have fewer conversations, but more real ones. Fewer people, but more soul. That's when loneliness becomes a filter. Not emptiness, but clarity. A space where you don't have to shrink to fit. Sign 7. Other people project their shadow onto you. The more coherent your energy is, the more it activates what's repressed in others. You don't have to say a word. You just show up, and suddenly, someone idealizes you. Another criticizes you without cause. Someone distances themselves for no reason. As Jung taught, the shadow is everything we hide to be accepted. Your authenticity disrupts that balance. You shine a light, and light always reveals what's hidden. You don't mean to expose, but your energy does. Your aura becomes a mirror, and not everyone is ready to look. It's not about you. It's what passes through you. So it's essential to learn what's truly yours and what's a projection, not to defend yourself, but to stay grounded. Being a target of projection isn't punishment. It's a sign you bring clarity, and clarity always shows the shadow. Sign 8. Your silence says more than your words. Silence is stored energy. It's presence without distraction. It's the moment you hold your power, instead of spilling it into explanations or people-pleasing. In that stillness, something rare appears. True presence, the kind that fills a room without needing to speak. Strong aura doesn't shout. It simply exists. And that being is louder than noise. People feel it, even if they don't know why. Those with powerful energy know. They don't need to explain everything. They don't need to speak to be heard. Silence, when conscious, communicates confidence. It says, I'm at peace with myself. I don't need to prove my worth. My energy speaks for me. Loud people may grab attention, but they don't hold it. Magnetic people are remembered for how you feel around them, not what they say. Silence becomes an extension of your frequency, and frequency doesn't lie. In the end, one of the most powerful signs of aura is this: to affect others without effort, to change space with presence alone. Sign 9. People confess deep truths to you. You've seen it before. Someone you just met starts telling you about their childhood, their pain, their fears, or their regrets. Tears appear, walls drop. The conversation, once casual, becomes real. It's not because you ask. It's because you hold space. You offer a calm, open field, free of judgment, free of fixing. Your aura doesn't push. It allows. And in that allowing, the unconscious speaks. Jung said, the psyche always looks for a container. When it finds one, stable, accepting, present, it opens. That container is you. You listen with your whole being. You don't wait to reply. You wait for connection. People speak more than they meant to. Later, they wonder why. Sometimes they feel exposed, but what they really feel is relief, because your presence offers something rare: space. And today, space is medicine. Your aura doesn't demand vulnerability. It invites it. You don't extract truth. You allow it to rise. And only someone who has made peace with their own shadow can hold space for someone else's. Don't be surprised if strangers trust you with their secrets, or if close friends say they feel different around you. It's not about what you do, it's about what you are. You are the space. You are the mirror. You are the permission. Sign 10. You intimidate without meaning to. You walk into a room with a calm heart, soft eyes, no intention to dominate. And still, people stiffen, their voices tighten, their smiles become forced. It's as if your presence sets off an invisible alarm. This can be confusing, especially if you're a kind person who values respect. But it's not what you do, it's what you represent. Jung called it the persona, the social mask we wear to be accepted. The more someone lives in their mask, the more they fear authenticity. You don't play a role, you just are. And that's too much for someone living in defense mode. Your presence challenges illusions. Even without meaning to, your truth can feel threatening. People might invent stories about you, assume you're arrogant, when you're just present. They may see coldness where there's only clarity. But that says more about them than about you. Your silence can feel like judgment. Your calm like superiority. Why? Because those who don't carry their own light often mistake someone else's light as a threat. But your coherence, your inner clarity, is rare, and it confronts what's unaligned in others. You don't even have to speak. Your presence says you don't have to pretend. And that breaks people who've built their life on pretending. You don't need to dim your light to make others feel comfortable. That would be betraying yourself. Some will feel inspired by your strength. Others will resist it. But that's not your responsibility. Their reaction says more about their readiness than about your presence. Yes, you might intimidate, not because you want to, but because you reveal. And some people confuse presence with danger because all they've known is absence. As Carl Jung said, the collective unconscious responds to what it hasn't yet integrated. You are one of the few, and you're not here to be liked. You're here to live in truth. Embrace your energy, honor what you carry, and never apologize for being whole. Because in the end, your aura is not about you. It's about what you awaken in the world simply by existing. If this message spoke to you, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. You'll receive more content that helps you understand and grow your energy. And if you've made it to the end, I want to know, Who are the ones who feel their own presence? Leave a comment below. My aura speaks before I do. That will be our silent phrase. Those who know will recognize. See you in the next video.